You are a walking miracle. You're lucky to be alive. No person survives a brain hemorrhage as large and as violent as the one you have without divine intervention.
But I came very close to dying and was very lucky to come back. And so when I'm having a bad day and my legs just so stiff I can hardly walk, I remind myself, consider the alternative. Well, the alternative is being dead.
Just trying to have a good relationship with God. And it got to the point where I didn't care if I wasn't feeling that great, because that became not the most important thing in my life. Having that good relationship was more important to me. It made it more tolerable for me.
Prayer helps a lot. Friends help a lot. That helps you get over the really hard times. But, you know, when you're home alone by yourself, that's when you feel the worst. So just being amongst people helps me a lot.
Yes, bad things happen, but they don't have to rule your life. You can stay positive, and that's the beauty of this book.
You should write a book detailing your recovery and what it took to recover from strokes in order to help others do the same.
Take two.
My name is Les Duncan, and I have a condition called cavernous angioma. It is the most common form of brain vascular malformation in the world. Some people live their entire life and don't know they had it because they never had a bleed and they never had a stroke. Mine have bled 7 times, producing 7 debilitating strokes.
My name is Bruce Beck. I'm a retired physician. My life was going very smoothly until April of 2014, when I had a horrendous headache. The lights went out, and when I woke up, I subsequently found out it was a year later. I had a massive brain hemorrhage and spent a year in a coma, 2.5 years in a nursing home, 1 year in a rehab center.
Camera, action.
Yeah, my name is Jim, and I've had an issue with my back for several years. It actually goes back decades, as a matter of fact. So it's kind of still is an ongoing battle.
My name is Connie Koraleski, and I'm here because Les asked me to be here, but the reason he asked me is I have just recently developed, since last October, spinal stenosis. Well, I've had it for a long time, but it became a huge problem that I could barely walk, and I was having a lot of bilateral leg pain in the back of my legs.
3, 2, 1, action.
My name is Charlie Collier, and I had spina bifida at birth, and they had to close my spine on day 2. And then in 1st grade, I had polio, and I was paralyzed from the waist down. God was good to me. He gave me back my legs after so many months. They stood me, and we got rid of the polio, which was really dangerous back then. And then I had other surgeries, and then I'll just come up to the present where right after Christmas, I fell at home, went into the hospital, and I had very severe COVID. And that took my legs back again here. But again, God has been very good to me, and He turned around and let me get back again. And so it's been quite a journey, but I've been very blessed and very happy to meet Les and Sharon out here in church. We've been out here for 20 years now, so.
It's led to a very profound difference in how I look at life. Before, when I was practicing, I was working hard, I was burnt out. All I was thinking about was what I'm doing right now and what I'm going to be doing 5 minutes from now. But since I had my hemorrhage, with my disabilities, I can't work, and so I'm very inactive. And so I have to enjoy the little things that I never paid any attention to. Les and I like to go for walks outside, and we're in Columbus, and the weather changes tremendously throughout the year. And it's very enjoyable. You hear the birds sing, you see the springtime flowers, you see the buds come out, you feel the warmth of the summertime, you see the leaves change in the fall, you feel the cold in the wintertime, and then it starts all over again. And I enjoy things like that in a way that I never did before.
Well, a support system is very important to me because it makes me feel as if I'm not alone in this. And if there are people around, then I kind of forget about my problems and have other things to talk about, and it really helps.
How do you stay positive, And so a lot of it is to just learn, be around positive people that can identify and understand what you're going through. You can understand what they're going. We kind of help each other out.
You keep a positive attitude. That's what you need, and it'll help you through the tough times because there's a lot of good in life. Sure, did bad things happen? Yes, but you handle them, and that's the way you work with it.
My doctors, after examining me and talking to me, told me that it was highly unlikely that I would recover from these strokes. That made me angry. I do not like negative thinking, and I quickly started to turn that into positive thinking. I vowed to spend my life dedicated full time to recovering completely.
That's how I try to deal with it, try to keep myself positive, is lecturing myself about how lucky I am to be alive and how good life is, and to try to enjoy the little things that I didn't pay any attention to for decades.
Don't put your head in the sand and say, oh, it's going to go away. Seek good medical help. If you don't like the first opinion you got, or if you're thinking my body's telling me something else, seek another opinion.
I have had relationships with many doctors over the last 30 years in treating my illness. They have said several things to me which bear repeating. One said, "You are a walking miracle." The other said, "You're lucky to be alive." Still another said, "You're completely recovering. It's a miracle given the inadequate care that you received in a different location. Laying on your right side for 6 weeks undoubtedly saved your life. You look and act normal. You should write a book detailing your recovery and what it took to recover from strokes in order to help others do the same."
I'm telling you, it helps. So, and I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying it. I'm saying it is so well done, so well written. And then what I did is I read it all the way through, and then I go back, and every night when Joanne's getting ready for bed, I turn around and I go through one chapter, the next chapter. I don't try to do just the message in this one chapter, the message in the next one, and the message. It is totally worth it for anybody that has very serious illnesses. It'll keep you positive. It'll help you get through the tough time in life. And I just can't say enough about it. It's beautiful.
People should familiarize themselves with Les Duncan's book. The one thing I would recommend to people, especially friends and relatives of someone who is going through a terrible illness, and his book is directed toward people who are going through difficult times. And he's got, probably 15 or 20 chapters of different things that you can do to help cope with chronic illnesses, and advice for the family as to what they can do for the patient.
I made recovery my full-time job. I was doing 37 hours of traditional and non-traditional therapy to make that happen. And sometimes that meant that I would do up to 5 therapy sessions a day, but I was determined. I had sheer confidence and sheer determination that I was going to get better again. And I kept that positive thought going throughout my illness.